coming up this weekend. And if you want more updates as far as what's been going on, follow this, subscribe to the page. Check out the brand new episode of This Week, the weekly vlog, updated with my travel throughout the weekend past into Mexico. Me and Anthony Idol here. We traveled down to Mexicali. We had a great weekend there. All that kind of recap of that past weekend can be found in the Ryan Kidd Weekly newsletter and again on the This Week Season 3 premiere video log coming out. It's already out by the time you're hearing this. But coming up this weekend, we have the big debut event on Saturday, September 25th of One Ring Circus. And we have to bring this up because you, Anthony Idol, have a very, very intriguing challenge presented for you this evening. Again, One Ring Circus makes their debut. It's their inaugural event in East County of San Diego, California, an area that hasn't really been broken into. And you and I have talked to this, personally about the value of East County. In years past, Fist Combat kind of started to reach into there a little bit, and it was an untapped market at the time, and it didn't really... It started to materialize, but it didn't fully materialize. And by the time it started to gain some traction, we were out of there before we kind of got the wind going in the sails. And I say we as they, Fist Combat, but we were a part of the company at the time. And it's still to this day, up until this point, remained one of those areas where, this area of San Diego is hungry.
It's untapped. It's untapped. My sister lived in East County for years. My nephew, and we'll probably loop back around to this story, my nephew lived in East County for years upon years. So I'd always be visiting. And then when I started wrestling, I already knew the area pretty well. So I knew that there wasn't just there's not a big social scene locally. I'm sure there's probably folks who go to the bingo hall, and there's definitely more than a few bars, and there's a pretty decent mall and stuff like that there. But having a thing to go to, a place to be. Youth sports draw because there's not a whole lot to do. So the prep football, prep sports, prep basketball, all that stuff in East County, prep baseball is super popular.
You and I went to the rodeo maybe a month ago, right on the outskirts of East County, almost right near Santee in Lakeside. Again, people listening from around the world may not know, but we're talking about East County, San Diego. And again, the rodeo sold out. This is one of those types of areas that enjoys, again, you talk about bars and bingo halls. It's that tight-knit, family-oriented community that's that southern ma and pa type deal. So pro wrestling just naturally speaks and engages with those type of people, or at least it has in the past, and we've seen some of that in East County. But again, the event coming up, their inaugural event, and they're wasting no time in getting to it, in crowning a champion, as they've established a field of varying competitors from varying backgrounds with varying levels of experience. And surprisingly enough, they have two of the top prospects of the tournament going head-to-head for the first time in years, one-on-one, as Anthony Idol takes on none other than myself, Mr. Excitement, Ryan Kidd. And how long has it been since you and I, of course, it's not a secret that you and I are travel buddies at times. Like we just talked about, you and I just got back from Mexico, doing some shows down there. So when you talk about, Ryan Kidd versus Anthony Idol, that could sell out arenas all over San Diego or Southern California. And they've got that to kickstart their inaugural event. So
I'm a little shocked by the seating committee that they would seat us like that in the first round.
I think management has something out for you because they know that they want to put you to the test. So
I probably would have bracketed it differently just to draw that big money for this years long anticipated matchup.
Hey, it's been a long time, but
I think 2015 probably, maybe 2016. It's the last time we had a single.
Yep.
We had a little scuffle for Fuffle in 2019. But no big deal there. Not a one-on-one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, for the listeners here, they're going to be very, very unhappy to hear. And I've got good news and bad news for the listeners. I have never, to my knowledge, I've never defeated the incredible Anthony Idol, and he's a cheating son of a bitch. He's lucky he's across the table from me right now, and that I'm dressed up in my streets, and because tell you what. Take nothing away. You're a big bastard. If anybody's watching this, an all-access subscriber. They've got the video feed to the XSite update, not only episode 1, but now live on episode 2. He's a big son of a bitch here in the studio. And I mean, take nothing away from me. You know, I'm a tough son of a gun. We all know. But, I mean, are you willing to let anybody know your strategy? What I mean, damn, if you can do it, you know, I'll give you credit. I'll shake your hand. I'm a man, you know, and I'll review the footage after the fact. But if you're able to do this again, or if I'm able to do this, what does that mean for your future in One Ring Circus? What does that mean for my future in One Ring Circus? What do you see coming out of this first event? Are you and I still going to be friends at the end of this? You know, I imagine so. But do you see this tournament being something that breaks up friendships? We know we've got teacher versus student. We've got all sorts of stuff, and we're not going to plug the event too much because it'll have already gone by the time you're hearing this. But where do you see coming out of this One Ring Circus? What's your incentive behind it? What's driving you to, you know, get in the ring? And, you know, I mean,
well, there's a prize at stake, so that's really kind of the incentive. Like, if you dangle something enough for me to be motivated to get out of my house, then there's something definitely willing to throw down for.
Of course, you're talking about money, but not only that, the championship, of course, it's not, you know.
The championship, the One Ring Circus Championship. That's on the line. Sorry to drum on your table, right?
You're okay.
Mic, probably.
It's okay.
So, yeah, again, shocked that they would seed us together so quickly in the first round. I probably would have spread it out a little more, knowing the field as we do now. It did take a while for the field to be revealed. Kind of blown away that Tortuga is facing Terex. I mean, that seems like a humongous mismatch. I mean, almost like a 1 versus 8 style mismatch, this is not the NBA playoffs. Typically, when you see wrestling, you're going to seed for most anticipated matchup. So.
Yep. I think they've done a good job of keeping people on their toes. And again, One Ring Circus making their debut event. And if you want more information, check them out on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9. You know where to find it. If not, at Anthony Idol, at Ryan Kidd Pro. We are constantly sharing details on all of our social media, updates, merchandise, upcoming events, and so much more.